the number one prospect in the nation, a title every high school baseball player dreams of achieving. But with this title often comes outlandish expectations. Any result short of an MLB debut would generally label the prospect as a bust. So today, we're going to look at every number one prospect from the year 2013 to 2017 and decide if they met their expectations or should be considered a bust. Next week, we'll look at the years 2018 to 2023. Hey guys, Brett here at Baseball Prospect Analysis. I hope you all are doing well. We're getting so close to our 3K subscriber goal, so if you enjoy high school and college baseball content, make sure to subscribe for weekly uploads. With that said, let's get back to the video. We start in the year 2013 with Loganville, Georgia's Clint Frazier. Clint was a 6 foot, 190 pound outfielder with 5-tool potential. His speed played well in games and was clocked in at 6.42 seconds in the 60. In the outfield, he had average actions due to a recent switch from third base, but his 98-mile-per-hour arm certainly made up for any bad routes. Where scouts truly loved Clint was at the plate. Evaluators described him as having 100% quick-twitch muscle fiber, as he would display excellent plus-plus power that he would generate from a low-effort, short and simple swing. Add on his above-average patience, and you have quite an interesting prospect. Heading into the draft, he is ranked as the 4th best prospect and would be taken 5th overall by the Cleveland Indians. Most fans and evaluators liked the pick, as his only true downfall was his lack of physical size. Over the next 3 years, he had played at an average level in the minor leagues, posting a mid-400 slugging percentage, but striking out nearly 25% of all at-bats. Then on July 31st of 2016, the Indians would trade Frazier over to the Yankees with 3 other prospects for Andrew Miller. The next year, he would make his MLB debut for the Yankees, but would finish the season with a strikeout rate north of 30%. He would continually bounce back and forth between the MLB and the minors due to injuries and poor performance, before ultimately being released in November of 21. Throughout this time, it would be revealed Clint was struggling with some mental health issues as well as some depth perception issues. Over the next 2 years, he would play for 3 different teams, mostly at the minor league level and post below average slash lines. He'd also strangely change his name to Jackson for a while before reverting back to Clint. On November 6th of 2023, he would elect for free agency and has remained unsigned since. Unfortunately for Clint, I would label him as a bust. It's sad that mental health greatly impacted his career, but that doesn't change the fact that he was never able to secure a true full-time MLB starting position. For the 2014 class, we have the notorious Brady Aiken ranked at number 1. The Cathedral Catholic standout boasted 3 Future Plus MLB-grade pitches from the left side. His fastball sat in the mid-90s with elite command, his power curveball had depth and bite, and lastly his changeup was thrown with excellent arm speed. This dynamic arsenal plus his projectable frame would secure him the number 1 ranking on most draft boards. Houston would select him with the number 1 overall pick, and they would initially agree to a $6.5 million signing bonus. But after a post-draft physical revealed potential elbow issues, the Astros would drop their offer to $5 million. Brady would then decline the offer, becoming only the 3rd first overall pick to not sign in MLB history. He would enroll at IMG Academy's post-grad program for the 2014-2015 school year, just to blow out his elbow in this first official start. Despite the extensive recovery time needed for the Tommy John surgery, the Indians would still select him with the 17th overall pick in 2015. This was a truly risky decision, as there was always a chance Aiken would never regain his past velocity or command after surgery. Unfortunately, this is exactly what would happen. The former mid-90s pinpoint lefty had returned as an erratic mid-80s pitcher with severe control issues. In 3 total seasons, he would post a 7-18 record paired by a 5.18 ERA and 179 innings pitched with 128 total free bases given. Aiken would never make it past single A and would be released in October of 2021. To this day, Brady is viewed as one of the biggest busts in the past 50 years, and for good reason. If you'd like to hear the full story of what happened to Brady Aiken, feel free to check out my full-length video I posted a while back. The 2015 class is headlined by Longwood, Florida's Brendan Rodgers, a smooth fielding shortstop with plus offensive tools. Defensively, he was very mature with pro-esque movements in game and a 90-plus arm to use when needed. There is no question that he had the ability to stay at short going forward. At the plate, Rodgers displayed excellent feel for the barrel in games and had plenty of raw power for a middle infielder. In a loaded front line for a 2015 draft featuring Dansby Swanson and Alex Bregman, Rodgers would still hold the number 1 overall draft prospect slot. Despite this ranking, he would fall 2 picks down, where the Colorado Rockies would select him with the 3rd overall pick. Brendan would go on to officially move his way up the Rockies farm system, posting average to above average OPSs and impressive strikeout rates, until finally in May of 2019, where Colorado would call him up for his MLB debut. The following season, he'd spend the majority of his time at their minor league training complex to prepare for his MLB-heavy 2021 season. In 2021, he'd post solid slash lines of 284, 328, and 470, giving the Rockies fans some excitement to what he can bring in the future. The next year, his offense would drop a few ticks, but he would win a Gold Glove at second base. 2023 was the year everyone expected him to put it all together, but a dislocated shoulder prior to the season opener would sideline him until late July. He would then struggle to find a rhythm at the plate, posting just a .258 average with only 4 home runs. For Brendan, 2024 is going to be a big year to show the league is back and keep up with his Gold Glove defense. The soon-to-be 28-year-old is by no means a bust, but he'll certainly have to show something this year if he plans to meet his initial draft expectations. The year 2016 saw another pitcher stand at the top of the rankings. Jason Groome, the low-effort mid-90s dream build out of Barnegat, New Jersey. The 6'6", 180-pound lefty had easily the best stuff in his class, while also having plenty of room to grow. Both his fastball and curveball grade out as plus with a potential plus changeup in the near future. More importantly, his physical frame and low-effort delivery showed promise he could develop into a true frontline starter. Heading into the draft, Jay, as most people would call him, would sit at the projected #1 slot. But after some question about his mental makeup came out and a high asking price, he would fall to the Red Sox at the 12th overall selection. In his first couple years as a pro, Jay would struggle with off-field issues, some being as small as lack of conditioning and others being much larger like his father's drug-related arrest. He would also undergo Tommy John surgery in 2018, suspending his development for nearly 2 years. It wouldn't be until 2021 that he'd play a true full season, but he would still show well. In 97 innings pitched, he'd strike out 134 and walk 36, finishing with a 4.81 ERA in Single-A and Double-A. 2022 would be his last year at Boston, as they would trade him to the Padres after he finished the year in Triple-A with an impressive 3.16 ERA. 2023, on the other hand, would not go as well, as he'd finish with an ERA above 8 and would walk 112 batters in 134 innings. This season, Jay will be fighting for an MLB roster spot, hoping to prove last year was just a fluke. He no longer touches 97, but he can still ride in the low to mid-90s and has decent breaking stuff to back it up. I wouldn't call Jay a bust just yet, as he could potentially still blossom into a high-quality starter, but it seems the odds aren't in his favor. If you'd like a more in-depth story on him, make sure to check out my full-length video. The 2017 class, as many of you know, was led by the two-way standout Hunter Greene. A product of Notre Dame High School, Greene was arguably the best shortstop and pitcher in his class. On the mound, he would sit 97 to 100 with relative ease and above average command for his age. Breaking ball-wise, his slurve had plus spin and sharpness, but was only viewed as a future MLB average offering. He also did not have much of a changeup, as he rarely would need it in high school. The Reds would take him second overall and offer him the option initially to hit, while mainly focusing on the mound development. After a successful first season in Single-A, Greene would face a UCL sprain that would unfortunately turn into a tear. Tommy John surgery would follow, removing him from the 2019 season. He would come back in 2021 and post solid numbers in Triple and Double-A, finishing with a 3.3 ERA in 106 innings pitched, striking out 139, walking 39. Following this performance, he'd be called up in April of 2022 and would mostly remain at the MLB level. At the young age of 24, Hunter still has plenty of time to continue his pace of development and has a chance to be a very special player. This past offseason, he's reportedly added a true curveball and splitter to his arsenal. Both of these options should help complement his already dominant triple-digit heat. So far, Greene is by no means a bust and still has potential to be a future MLB All-Star. Is he the generational talent that some claimed he would be? As of right now, no. But he'll certainly be an exciting player to watch moving forward. And that's going to be it for part 1 of this 2-part series. The next video should be out by Monday. If y'all enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications on. That way you'll be notified as soon as part 2 is up. I also want to apologize for my voice. I have been pretty sick over the past couple days, so I'm still struggling a little bit getting it back. And as always, I hope you all have a great rest of your day.